So you're getting ready to start your church job search. Of course, you need a resume. But as you start developing your resume, what's the one thing that you need to know? What's the one thing that you need to put into practice when you develop your resume? Well, let's talk about it. Hi there, my name is Todd Rhoades. I'm one of the co-founders at Chemistry Staffing, and today I want to talk about the one thing that you need to know when you create your church resume. If you like learning about church staffing and leadership, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that thumbs up and the little notification bell, and you will get notified whenever we add a new video on resumes or staffing or church leadership here on our YouTube channel. So let's talk about the one thing that you just have to know. And this is probably the thing that people don't think about when they're creating their resume, but really here's the deal. Your resume has just one purpose. Matter of fact, it has one purpose and one purpose only. Are you ready for the secret? Here it is. The purpose of the resume, of your resume, one job, is to get you an interview. That's it. That's it. That's the only purpose of your resume. So when you create your resume, everything that goes into your resume, everything that is on the four corners of that sheet of paper has to do one thing, and it has to speak and tell your story so that you can get your first interview. That's it. That's it. It's not rocket science, right? It seems like it should be, just commonplace. Yeah, of course, Todd, the resume's purpose is to get me an interview. But I see tons of resumes, and I'm talking like thousands of ministry resumes. And a lot of the things that are on a resume, when I see them, is just fluff. It helps me as someone who's inviting people every day to interview for church jobs. There's a lot of things on resume that are just fluff that don't cause me to be driven or motivated to reach out to you to ask you for an interview. Let me just give you a few, just a few examples. So let's say your references. Everybody thinks, well, I need to put references on my resume. Well, let me tell you something. The honest truth is everybody has references, right? It's not that if you put your references on, it's like, oh, this guy has references or this gal has references, he must be okay. No, everybody has references, but here's the truth. Nobody is going to call your references, or at least I as a candidate would not want anybody calling my references until they had a conversation with me. I don't want my friends and my mentors and my references to start getting calls from people just because I have them on my resume. First of all, that very rarely ever happens. But second of all, that's just not something that you want. Everyone has references, and when it comes to that point, the church will ask you for references. So maybe against conventional wisdom or what you've been told in the past, I would not put references on your resume. And here's the reason why. It goes back to the only purpose of the resume. The purpose of the resume is to get you that interview, and the references being on there are not going to help you get an interview. Look at your resume through this filter, and you will find that there's probably, if you're like most people, there are probably some things that you can take off the resume. You can take off the date of your marriage. You can take off the names of your children and their birthdays. I've seen all different kinds of things on resumes. You can take off things that are non-related to ministry from 1994. You can clean up a lot. What you want your resume to do is to give a short impression of what you were going to be like if they hired you at their church. So again, the only purpose of the resume is to help you get the interview. That's it. So anything that doesn't help you get the interview, any even line or word or anything that would cause that to be something that's not going to happen, take it off. Take it off. Your resume should probably be about a page to a page and a half, no more than 2 pages. And a lot of times we'll get resumes that are 3, 4, 5, 10 pages long. I think the record is like 36 pages. It was incredible. But if you find that your resume is long, look at your resume again through this filter. Will everything on my resume help me get a job interview? If you have things on there that don't, take them off. Okay? That's my advice for today on the purpose of your resume. That's it.